Everyone is always looking for important methods to save a little extra money on energy costs. DTE offers rebates covering 50% of comprehensive home energy audits, air sealing, and insulation, up to $5,000 for eligible homeowners. And homeowners can get cashback rebates up to $400 for installing energy-efficient insulation themselves. Here with some more information is DTE Energy Efficiency Manager, Jose Goncalves. Jose, great to have you with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, really important conversation we're having right now, as it's important that we know how to save these very important energy costs. So how is DTE collaborating with local community action agencies in West Bloomfield to ensure that vulnerable households are aware of and can access these energy efficiency programs?
Yeah, Jake, DTE offers a multitude of energy efficiency programs for our customers, both residential, C&I think even our small business customers have programs available that offer energy efficiency rebates that are really designed to encourage that adoption of the higher efficiency products and or solutions for their homes and or businesses. So what I always recommend to our customers is to visit our website as a great starting point to learn more about what opportunities are currently available and how best to take advantage of them.
That's right. Great information right off the bat for everybody to take into consideration. So what strategies would you say that DTE uses to help West Bloomfield residents understand the eligibility criteria and how that applies for both the assessment rebates and low-income EEA upgrades?
Yeah, depending on eligibility factors are available on the website, and customers can learn more information there. That's really where I would guide everyone as a starting point. But then getting into the important piece for me is guiding through their individual home what the individual assessment needs might be. So every home is going to operate a little bit differently, and understanding what your home needs are and what opportunities you should pursue is really where we guide and where that comprehensive energy assessment comes in and helps essentially create a guide for next steps. Whether there might be insulation, improvements to your HVAC equipment, furnace or air conditioning, or a combination of both. Understanding what the home needs are and what measures you should pursue is really, to me, that first step.
Can you give us some examples of some impactful energy-saving upgrades?
Absolutely. There's a number of them, from low cost to no cost solutions. In the middle of the summer right now, keeping things like the air filter in your furnace and your air conditioner, keeping that well maintained and cleaned and changing it frequently, ensuring that your air conditioning unit outside is free of debris, that it can breathe freely, if you would. Those are some small, easy steps to initiate. Other things might include ensuring that your vents are not blocked so that air can freely move about the house. That if you have southern-facing windows, that the drapes are closed, so that you can reduce that sun exposure during the summertime. Then from there, once you're prepared to take on those energy efficiency improvements, whether that be insulation or equipment-based improvements with a smart thermostat or with an air conditioning unit that you want to pursue for a higher efficiency, DTE has rebates available, once again, to encourage customers taking on that higher efficiency levels.
Awesome. Great examples. Would you say that these have made a big difference for families in West Bloomfield?
I would expect that too. I know I've seen that in my own house. The smart thermostat being a really easy one. Also encourage folks to take a look at DTE's Insight app as a great way to really learn and understand how you're using energy in your home. Seeing that on a daily basis really helped me and my family understand where my energy consumption was going, and therefore take better steps to address that.
That's right. Now, with a community like West Bloomfield, there are plenty of older homes that need significant retrofits. So how would you say these programs are tailored to the local housing stock in West Bloomfield?
So the common areas are going to be, independent of the housing stock. Yes, different homes are going to have different needs, but understanding what the core components of a home that ultimately deliver or contribute to your energy usage and how you can actually save energy is, to me, what's really important. So that comprehensive energy assessment helps you as a homeowner understand what your individual housing needs are and how best to proceed from there. So again, insulation is likely an area where most of us can really benefit from in pursuing that in combination with high efficiency equipment.
For those just joining us right now on the Splash Live, I'm talking with DTE Energy Efficiency Manager Jose Goncalves, talking about some very important energy saving practices we can all be taking into consideration for these summer months. Now, Jose, with funding limited and demand high, how does DTE decide which neighborhood or applicant groups in West Bloomfield receive priority for rebate and assistance funds?
We work with our community organizations and with our customers to try and help as many customers as we can on a yearly basis. But it's ensuring that folks understand what is available, what is needed for their homes, and then ultimately pursuing those energy efficiency upgrades, whether that be now or into the future.
That's right. You want to make sure you help as many people as possible, and everything you guys are doing is fantastic. So now I want to get into maybe some advice for West Bloomfield residents to take into consideration, especially as they prepare for a home energy assessment. How can they properly prepare for something like that?
So first, I think contacting a local contractor or energy rater who's going to perform that service and understanding what the service is going to conduct in your home. You should expect it to take a couple hours, perhaps a little bit longer for larger homes. It is, in its nature, as the name calls out, a very comprehensive assessment of the home, where there's going to be some diagnostic tools that are utilized to really measure the airflow and how the home is operating as a system. So understanding what is going to be required. Is there going to be a need to access the furnace, for instance, or other areas of the home where you want to ensure that there's a clear path and that that individual contractor, the specialist, can have access to those areas. But having that discussion to understand what to expect for those days is what I would recommend.
And what costs would you say these residents should take into consideration, or should they expect, versus rebates when working with participating contractors?
Yeah, costs will vary. It'll vary depending on the home size, it'll vary on the conditions, and how much is going to be performed in a home as well. I always encourage folks to take 2 or 3 different quotes from different contractors, ensure that it's competitive. But what I can say is that DTE has rebates available to help offset some of that cost and encourage customers taking on that efficiency steps.
Well, it's great to hear of all of this information and resources that are available with DTE. Jose, I got one more question before we wrap things up. Beyond short-term rebates, how is DTE helping to change long-term energy behavior, like thermostat settings and ongoing maintenance, for sustained savings in West Bloomfield households?
Yeah, the energy efficiency rebates are certainly a first step. It's encouraging that behavior and that educational component for customers to understand how best to utilize their energy in their homes and in their businesses to be as efficient as possible in the long term. So that's why, again, even from a rebate perspective, DTE offers a variety of different rebates. And you can learn about those both in our website at dtenergy.com/save energy, or even by starting and visiting our marketplace at dtemarketplace.com. Those are great initial steps to help you understand what your current needs might be and how best to maximize those energy savings in the long term.
Well, DTE is available to help out anything that customers may have. Jose, thank you so much for joining us today here on the Splash Live.
Thank you very much for having me.